So this video today is a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about Tokyo Ghoul. And this is what I decided to do, was play Call of Duty and talk about it, because I had two decisions. It was either to play Call of Duty and talk about it, or spend money, get the better software, and put effort into a video. And I chose the cheaper and lazier option. So I don't know if what my thumbnail and title of my video is gonna be. I hope I'm not gonna stoop down low and create clickbait. I shouldn't, but yeah. So I have a very big passion for Tokyo Ghoul. It was my first anime I ever watched that I wasn't told I could watch, if that makes sense. So basically, my brother, he grew up watching anime how I was, and he told me what animes to watch and then what not to watch. And it was just the first one I watched that was not what I yeah. But goodness. But yeah, it has a nice place in my heart as like one of the first animes for me. So I have a very big passion for it, and I wanted to talk about it with, to my audience or to whoever watches this video. I own the entire book series, already included, which is technically part 2 of the series, but I'll get into that later. But I'm a very big fan. I've watched the series, the anime itself, and stuff, and just, I just want to talk about it because I have a very big passion for it. I figured, why not? And like I said before, I thought about making a full-on summary video, but I'm going to be honest. I've watched those types of videos before, summaries, and you have to have the right skill to do it, if that makes sense. And I don't think I had that skill or motivation to do it. Definitely not the software to do it, that's for sure. So I'm doing this instead, and why not? But anyways, let's get into it. So Tokyo Ghoul, it is a very tragic story. It may not seem like it. I know a lot of people call it edgy. It can be edgy, it can be kind of cringy, but it's anime. I mean, what do you expect? Damn, shit. Yes, I am playing Call of Duty as of right now, as I'm talking about this, so I may pause and say some, be like, oh shit, or damn it, or something. But anyways, Tokyo Ghoul, it is a very tragic story. It has very good romance, and for the faint of heart, I do not recommend it. It is a very gory and psychological anime, because technically it is a horror anime. I read it about every year, once a year, and read about on October, because it's horror, it's spooky season, so why not? But Tokyo Ghoul, it's, how should I put it?
Losing B.
Oh, how should I put this? I have no script, by the way. I'm just winging this. Tokyo Ghoul. It is said multiple times, but it is a tragic story about a boy named Kaneki. Well, he's not really a boy. He's 18 years old, but a guy named Kaneki, and he was human before. And just like everyone else, he feared ghouls because, well, they ate humans. And he fell in love with a girl that, spoiler alert, not really spoiler, because they kind of talk about it like within the first manga, but she is in fact a ghoul, and she dies as she's trying to eat him, and her organs get transplanted into him, and then he's now a ghoul. And there's these memes out there where, it says these people turn into the things they hate. It's like Aaron, he turned into a Titan for Attack on Titan, which, spoilers for those who haven't seen it, but it's kind of obvious. And like, let's see, what else? So many other ones, they turn into what they hate. And Tokyo Ghoul is one of them, where he turns into he turned into a ghoul, and you know, he never really hated them. He was just, it was a mob mentality where everyone disliked ghouls because they ate humans. He didn't hate them, he feared them. And that was what happened.
Bravo lost.
And then he turned into a ghoul, and, you know, he learned about the ghoul and human world. And the nice thing about Tokyo Ghoul is, as you read the series and see, you know, the lives of both the CCG, which is abbreviated for, geez, what's it called? CCG, Ghoul Countermeasure or something like that, or something along those lines. It's a Ghoul Countermeasure is essentially what it is, a CCG. Oh, yeah. Wait, Countermeasure Ghoul or something? I don't know. Anyways, the CCG, and you learn about the CCG and the Ghoul world, and you get conflicted because you enjoy the characters of both sides. You enjoy the Ghoul side because they they're attacked with the CCG, but honestly they just want to live their life like any other person would. The only difference is that they just eat humans for sustenance, like we would pigs or cows, as they refer to multiple times. And then, you know, you have the CCG, which is trying to, you know, eradicate ghouls, which is honestly kind of impossible, I'm not gonna lie, because eventually one ghoul will survive, and then they'll come back, you know, somehow. Or somebody will create them. Oops. I just realized that was a massive spoiler. Kidding, not really. But anyways. Damn, bro. Shit. But yeah, you learn about both sides. Ooh, shit, what did I press? What the hell? What was that? Anyways, you learn about both sides, and you come to enjoy both sides. So there's this character called Juzo Suzuya. Yeah. I'm sorry if I butcher a lot of these names. I'm fairly certain I said this one correctly. But he was an orphaned by ghouls, and he was then taken in by a ghoul and taught to dismantle humans for ghoul enjoyment. And it's a sad backstory. He gets taken in, and then he's accused of, again, very gory, he's accused of skinning cats and dogs.
Losing B.
A lot of cats and dogs, but he's accused of doing it. And then he's taken in by a academy teacher and learned how to be an investigator, and then that's what happens with Suzuya. And Suzuya has no feelings whatsoever, no concept of death or attachment. And his mentor teaches him, and it's a very sad and very, you know, it makes you feel for that side of the CCG. And there's so many other characters, but that's a very good example. And then you have, you know, the ghoul side. You have ghouls that just want to run a coffee shop, which is the main place usually in part 1 of Tokyo Ghoul on Teiku. It's just a regular old coffee shop, that just so happens to be run by ghouls, and ghouls come in because for some reason it's not really explained. Coffee is just it's the only thing that tastes good to them. I don't know why. Nothing else tastes good, and you know, Kaneki like goes in, and that's the main character's name, by the way, and describes what each thing tastes like. I barely remember what he talks about. If you read it or you have read it, you know what I'm talking about. But for some reason, coffee is just that thing. But anyways, coffee, they run it in a coffee shop, and they're just trying to live their life. They don't kill humans. they take
We're
victims
losing
and
Charlie. Controlling Bravo.
tear them apart and make it like, you know, little meals out of them. So they're not killing humans, but they also want to survive, so they have to eat humans as well, because otherwise they go insane because they don't have, oh goodness, food to eat. So, you know, you feel for them and stuff like that. Again, it's a very tragic story. And the main character, I know I'm going all over the place. I'm trying to give you a good idea of what this is about. So, the first book opens up to meeting Kaneki and his best friend Hide. And they're talking about the girl he's going to meet and wants to talk to ask out on a date. And he ends up asking her out on a date. It happens. They have a good date. They go to a library. They talk about the books that they've read and enjoy. And, you know, it's great. The date ends. They're leaving. Finds out she's a ghoul. Big surprise there. She does all this stuff, and then steel beams fall on her. She's dead. Kaneki's injured. He goes to the hospital, gets her organs transplanted into him. He's a half ghoul now. Whole shebang, you know? And then he doesn't realize he realizes he's a ghoul, kind of. He just thinks something happened to him. And he comes to learn that, yes, he is half ghoul. And he can't eat anything else. And he goes insane from the hunger of not having a human. And then he goes insane, starts learning that ghouls are all around him. He just didn't realize it before. And then he goes to Ontaku. He almost gets eaten, almost eats his friend Hide. Almost, because he's going insane from the hunger. And then he goes to Ontaku and he learns that he thought he was alone. And because he was not human and he was not ghoul either, because he's part human. And he learns that, in fact, he is somewhere in this world. He belongs in both worlds. He is the bridge that connects both worlds because he is part human. He knows how they act and why they're afraid of ghouls. And he's starting to learn that ghouls are not so bad either. And that's how the story basically starts. He gets a job at Ontaku and he learns ghoul life and learns, you know, again, it's not too bad. And it's great. And then, you know, all this stuff happens. It's a lot. It kind of helps to read it or watch it. I'm not going to lie. I just want to put this out there. If you want to get into Tokyo Ghoul, the anime is not bad if you can't afford books and you just can only afford the streaming service. But if you can read the books, read the books. Because they are way better. And the anime just does not do the series justice at all. I feel like any Tokyo Ghoul fan that has done both will tell you the same thing. But anyways, stuff happens, and this ghoul organization attacks them and takes in, captures Kaneki, and whole sort of stuff happens, and then he gets tortured. I don't want to get into the torture method because it's against fucking YouTube guidelines, but basically he just goes insane to the point that he gets white hair, which I still don't understand how that works actually, but you know, whatever. And goes insane, and to protect everyone and everything he loves, he has to become the ghoul inside of him. So he becomes that ghoul, and he actually learned a little fact too as he was being tortured, that if he eats other ghouls, he will become stronger. So he becomes stronger. He eats the ghoul that was torturing him, so to speak, and yeah, and then he goes around and basically protects everyone he loves. And that happens for about 6 months after he escapes. And then his hometown, the 20th ward, because they're separated into wards. I don't know what the actual, like, Japanese areas are called, if they are actually called wards, or if that's what's just called in Tokyo Ghoul. I'm not really sure. But he learns that the CCG is now attacking the 20th ward because this big ghoul called the Owl, rated triple S, which is the highest rating you can get as a ghoul, is in the 20th ward, and they have deemed it dangerous, so now they're attacking it. And this whole thing happens. He goes back and protects it, and he goes insane, and you know, whatchamacallit, he goes insane while trying to protect and essentially dies. But it's a really good series. That's just part 1. That's not even including RE, by the way. But I know I did a kind of a horrible job explaining it, but I didn't want to give too many spoilers or too many like little things that, you know, become big things later on. But that's the whole story, and it's very tragic because Kaneki is just an 18-year-old college boy that's trying to go through school after being an orphan most of his life because his father died when he was young. Didn't really know his father, and then his mother died of overworking herself, and then he was alone the entire, you know, rest of his life until Hide came along. And then here he is, 18 years old, almost dies, and then becomes a ghoul.
This shit ain't over.
And it's very sad because then he's trying to help both sides, both the human world and the ghoul world. And it's just very, very sad. And it can be edgy sometimes. Like, sometimes he's just, you know, I want to do this on my own kind of thing, and I don't need nobody, you know. But that's like, again, most animes that are kind of similar to Tokyo Ghoul are like that. It's like, what do you expect? But you know, there's a lot of emotion and story put behind this. The more I read each year, I learn new things, and I feel for the character every year. Like this year, I finished part 1, and I actually almost cried while reading the end of the last book of part 1 for like the first time since reading this series. It was, you know, you start to feel for the characters more because as you grow up, because I've been reading Tokyo Ghoul since I was like 12 or 13. So I'm starting to feel the understand where the characters are coming from because of my life experiences. And that's another reason why Tokyo Ghoul is very close to me, is because of that. I'm not saying that there's ghouls in this world, but you never know. Of course, if there was, we wouldn't be, you know, I feel like there'd be a CCG ourselves here. But anyways, you just start to feel for the characters. If, you know, like, for example, fucking, you know, people have felt for, let's see, Naruto, I guess. People have felt for Naruto. I'm trying to think of a big one. Because they kind of feel similar to him, you know. I haven't really watched Naruto, so, you know, don't, Naruto fans, please don't hate me. But, you know, he was alone and mistreated, and then, you know, it was just, you know, people sometimes feel like that because he was alone, he was mistreated, I think he was kind of depressed, you know, stuff like that. So people feel for them, and it's kind of the same thing for me, is I feel for these characters, so you have these emotional attachments. And it doesn't have to go just for anime, you feel it sometimes in other shows too. It's just an example I gave. But, you know, you get these attachments, and it's what I love about Tokyo Ghoul, is that it's a story about one character, but at the same time, it's a story about an entire world, if that makes sense.
Eliminate all threats.
And it's so good, and I really enjoy it. I want people to read it more, and not just take it as, oh, it's a edgy, cringy series. If you don't look for that, it is an amazing story. And that's what I try to get people to understand. Because nowadays, I don't want to get like all into this, but I just want to put it out there.
Mate?
Nowadays, you see it, you know, I'm sure some people have seen it. For example, you go to watch a movie. Let's say I just watched it recently, Venom 3. You go to watch Venom 3. And you look up reviews, or you go before you go watch a movie, you look up reviews, but you really like this, you know, actor or this series, like, you know, the Ant-Man movie, the recent one, everyone called it shit because of this, that, or the other. But if you didn't look for it and you just went to enjoy it and not try to base it off of something, it was a good movie. It had good comedy. It was a little cringy, but that's just kind of Paul Rudd, to be honest. You know, it was a good movie. I absolutely enjoyed that movie. But from a Marvel fan perspective and a comic, you know, fan, and try to compare it, it's not good, sure. You know, the CGI might be bad or something like that, or the music just wasn't the right thing. But that's the thing, is that people look for the bad, but if you don't look for the bad, things can be good. There has been too much negativity as of late in this world that it's so hard to enjoy things. And that's what I'm trying to get my point across, is that this story, Tokyo Ghoul, is a good story. There has been so much negativity behind it, mostly because of the whatchamacallit, the anime. But again, the anime does not do the manga justice, does not do the story justice. When I tell you Season 2 is completely different from the manga, I fucking mean it. Because he does not join the Ghoul organization, he creates his own little group and goes after the Ghoul organization. It is an entirely different story with entirely different things. Very few things are similar. I just want to put this out there and clarify. In the anime, he joins the Ghoul organization. In the manga, he creates his own. Just want to put that out there because I didn't clarify that in the video.
Guess that makes us even.
But yeah. Hell, even in Season 1, it's a completely different story compared to the manga. Like, for example, one of the characters that he gets attached to, her mother dies, and it was before he met this weird French dude. I know it's weird just saying that out of context. He's a purple-haired Frenchman that's a ghoul, called Skiyama. I don't know if he is French. He just speaks a lot of French. He's a ghoul connoisseur, as they call him. He's the gourmet. But before he goes and does the weirdest shit with Skiyama, he, in the manga, the character's mother dies, and that's what makes him want to help people, because he doesn't want to see people die like that anymore. Ghoul or human, doesn't matter what. He wants to protect people. So to do so, and to get the information he wants and stuff like that, he goes to Skiyama and does the stuff with him. Whereas in the series, the Skiyama stuff comes before the mother dying, and it's a whole thing. And sometimes there's stuff in the series, I'm not gonna lie, that it helps to add to the story, because it's not in the manga, but it just does not do it justice, because it is more cringy and edgy in this series than it is in the manga. So again, it does not do it justice. But I'm getting completely off topic, I think. But anyways, if you haven't been, noticed already, I am very passionate about this series. I love this series, as I said before. And
The CIA
I'm
is
just
the
trying to
hunter of
explain to
goddamn
people
criminals, and this is the best
that
we can do.
I'm trying to put my passion out there for people, and then also, you know, explain that Tokyo Ghoul is just not that. You know, it's not bad. It's actually really good. So, yeah. But there is 2 parts to Tokyo Ghoul. You have part 1, which is to deal with Kaneki when he was 18, and then how he became the eye patch / centipede. Which, by the way, if you have a bug phobia or centipede or something like that, just hate bugs, I don't recommend it. Because centipedes is a big thing. One of the methods was a centipede going into his ear, Kaneki's ear as a so yeah, if you don't like that, I don't recommend this series. It's a very dark anime, so you know, don't watch it. It's not for the faint of heart for sure. It's a good series, and if you're looking for something new to watch, I do recommend it, or to read. I do recommend that. There are 2 parts, so if you want to collect it, like I have, there are 2 parts to collect. You have RE and you have part 1, which is just Tokyo Ghoul. Both are really good. Part 1, as I said before, is just dealing with Kaneki and how he became a ghoul and learning about the world. And then RE deals with more of the CCG and stuff like that. It is really good.
I am not losing
And you know, there's a lot of dark stuff in there that I can't really talk about on YouTube because it's YouTube, and YouTube is very strict on that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you're interested in it, if I got you if at all interested in this series, please go read it. It is really good, and I seriously recommend it. Because clearly I have a passion for it, considering I'm playing Call of Duty and talking about it. But yeah. I know I'm like all over the place. Again, I didn't really write a script for this. I wanted it to be more authentic and not just, you know, out there. Not out there. Just like, it doesn't feel not authentic. I don't know how to explain it really. I wanted it to be authentic because I wanted my passion to be out there, be real, be me talk about it with thoughts coming into my head and not just written out on a piece of paper or a Word document. Because that's just, I don't know, when you're talking about your passions and you do that, it doesn't feel passionate. It feels more like a book report, so to speak. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted my passion to be out there. Which is reading. I love anime. Anime to me is something that I can enjoy like any other series. And try to get emotionally attached to. It's not just something to sit down and watch. When I watch it and get emotionally attached to it. I feel for the characters. You know, sometimes I start acting like them, because I'm not gonna lie, when I read Tokyo Ghoul, I actually start popping my fingers, like he does. He pops his fingers, with just his thumb. Or, you know, if people have read Hunter x Hunter and know Killua, he, you know, leans back and has his hands behind his head, leans back and walks like that. You know, if you've read it and you do it subconsciously, then, you know what I'm talking about. It's, you get attached to the character and you start acting like them. That's what anime is for me. It's not just something to watch, if that makes sense. It's an emotional journey, I guess is the best way to put it, when I watch anime. And sometimes it's just for the fun of it. Like, there's some animes where it's just comedy, and there's just nothing, like, attachment to it. It's just an anime to watch. And sometimes I do that because sometimes I can't sit down and just watch, you know, sometimes I can't just sit down and watch and enjoy the anime fully like that. It's something to just turn my brain off to. And sometimes there's animes out there like that, but Tokyo Ghoul is not one of those for me. It is something I turn my brain onto. That sounds really weird, but hold on. Turn my brain onto and get attached to it. And, you know, attach to the characters and the world itself. That's what anime is for me. And that's what just reading is for me as well. So that's why I talked about Tokyo Ghoul. I don't have a script. I'm literally just playing Call of Duty and talking to literally nobody but you guys, if that makes sense. Literally just, you know, sitting at a computer playing Call of Duty and talking to a fucking screen as I'm shooting a gun at people. Like, or I'm going completely off topic, but I'm hoping I'm keeping you guys interested to the best of my ability, you know. Because I was seeing summary videos. I can't remember if I talked about this already, but I was seeing summary videos and they talked about Tokyo Ghoul or just something like that, and it feels not authentic. It feels like you're just listening to like a teacher lecture you, so to speak. It's like a lecture you're listening to. Sure, they have jokes and quips and, you know, they have like stuff to it, and, you know, I commend them for doing that. I do. Some people enjoy that, and it's just my opinion on what I think about it, so don't hate me on it. I commend them for doing that, and it's probably a passion. It's just that's how they put their video out, and this is how I'm doing mine. Is playing Call of Duty because I feel it's more authentic and more passionate, and I'm just literally playing Call of Duty and just talking. Because I feel like you guys enjoy that. I had Minecraft Part 4. Literally, I think I just talked more than anything else on that, and a lot of people seem to enjoy that. A lot of people, when I read your comments, because I do read the comments, I'm sorry I don't respond. I should probably be doing that more. But you guys enjoy the talking, and that's, I feel like if I do this, it's more authentic, it's nice, it's kind of refreshing because I can talk to people and get their feedback on this. And I do want to know you guys' feedback on this because I feel like people are going to enjoy this. Maybe. It's a very small niche. But I have a lot of opinions about a lot of different things, not just anime. I won't get into that now because otherwise it'd be like a 2-hour long video. I'm not gonna lie, if not longer. But you know, it's, if you guys want more of this content of me just playing a game, doesn't have to be Call of Duty, just playing a game, talking about random bullshit, just, you know, let me know in the comments, please, or even through likes and views. Even tell me if you guys don't comment. Likes and views tell me that you guys enjoy this, that you guys enjoy this content, because, you know, sometimes I just don't need the comments. I appreciate the comments because I love seeing what you guys really think about it, not just through the views and the likes, but through the comments. It's, you know, I feel like I'm talking to you guys, even though I don't really respond, which I need to work on that. I'm still kind of new to YouTube, so I do apologize for that. But back to Tokyo Ghoul, because I don't know if there's too much else I can talk about, because I don't want to give away spoilers, because I want people to enjoy it without spoilers and not just me talk about it. Because I feel like that just ruins it. Because that's why they're called spoilers. It just ruins a series or a movie. And I don't want to give away too much, which is why I've been ranting on about other things, like my passion. But, you know, Tokyo Ghoul, it's a good series. I recommend it. You know, you can listen to this, you can not. I want to put this video out there because I've been told the past couple months,
Remind the fugitives
and
that
just
actions
in
have
general,
consequences.
you won't know what happens till you do it. So I won't know if you guys like this video or not till I put it out there. I've seen a lot of comments that you guys seem to enjoy my voice. And so this is the one way I can do it. You know, this is what I can do. Because I've been having a lot happen on my plate as of late, and that's why their videos have not been out. I'm not gonna get into that because it's personal stuff, but a lot of stuff has been happening in my life as of late. One of them being a family member passing, and so the videos have been not coming out as of late as much as I'd like to put them out. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have not had the motivation to do it. I feel like I want to put my love into a video instead of just, I need to make a video to make a video so I can get it out there. I don't want to just do that. I want to enjoy making a video. I want to, again, back to passion, have a passion for making videos and talking to you guys. I don't want to just be a brainless content creator, if that makes any sense. That's not what I want. I want to be a passionate content creator. Again, I have so many passions I want to sit here and talk about. I have a lot of opinions about things, anime, music. Music is a whole nother thing. Reading, just anything. I have a lot I would love to talk about on a video or videos. To the point that honestly, I should probably just create a podcast. I'm not gonna lie. And before the comments or before anyone clicks off of this, let me rephrase this. I would create a podcast, but you know, it would be stuff like this, which you guys, you know, if you enjoy this video, you would enjoy. It's not going to be stuff like the other podcasts out there. It's literally just going to be me talking about my passions. I don't want to be political or, you know, certain opinions or something like that. That's not what I want to do, because honestly, that's just not me. I want to talk about stuff I enjoy, and that's what I would be talking about on a podcast if I had one. Because, you know, I want to have this channel for gaming, which I know I haven't really done too much of. I'm still working on it. But, you know, that's what I would create a podcast for, is that kind of stuff. Because it'd be the passion podcast. I probably wouldn't call it that, but that's basically what it would be. So, but anyways, I have completely just gone off the rails of Tokyo Ghoul. I maybe should have created a script. It probably would have been a good idea, at least some bulletin points to talk about, the very least. That's something I should have done, but I did not. I might do that more, you know, I might do that next time if you guys enjoy this video. But I think this video is just fine the way it is. This might be a very unedited video, like cut-wise, not really like what's in the video, but just cut-wise, like there may not be very many cuts. My parents have joked because it's because I talk a lot and I have these kinds of conversations with my parents, or just in general with like passionate, you know, I just talk about my passions and my thoughts come out, is I should just record in the car, just record my conversations with everyone and just make stuff about it, which I honestly have thought about doing, because it's just, it's no different than what I'm doing here except I'm playing games. I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, it's always gonna circle back around to passion, but I love that you guys are enjoying this cluster mess of my channel. It's small subscribers,
Langley
you know,
wants to see.
50 something subscribers, you know, not a lot of comments, not a lot of views, but you know, that's okay. You guys seem to enjoy it, and that makes me happy. The fact that people actually are watching this, because nobody has to subscribe. I can still be at freaking family subscribers, where my family and friends have been the only ones that subscribed. But no, I have people that sit down and watch and have subscribed to my channel. And that makes me happy. And I'm not gonna lie, that's the only reason why I come back to YouTube and make content and drop videos occasionally, is because of that. I'm gonna leave this video here. I feel like I have talked for about 45 minutes. I feel like I've got some stuff talked about. Not really a lot about Tokyo Ghoul, which I apologize for. I'm not going to clickbait it. It'll probably be something not about Tokyo Ghoul, but it'll be the big majority of what this is going to be about. Tokyo Ghoul and passion, apparently. But if you guys did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It does support my channel, and it supports me as a person. But I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, for those that have reached the end. And I will see you guys later.